what is sealing on desires? Let's start with a small story. Once, a wayfarer who was making a long journey by foot in the hot sun was feeling tired and sought the shade of a tree to rest for a while. It so happened that the tree was a wish-fulfilling tree. Sitting under its shade, he wished for a cup of cold water to quench his thirst. To his astonishment, a cup of water was placed before him. After quenching his thirst, he felt that it would be good if he could get a bed to recline on and enjoy a siesta. Immediately, a bed was provided from nowhere. Then he thought how nice it would be if his wife also was there. In a flash, he found his wife there. At this stage, he had a doubt in his mind as to how his wife, who was far away at home, could come here, and thought that it might be a demon in her form which might even devour him. As he thought in this manner, the woman turned into a demon and devoured him. First wanted shade, then water, then a bed, and then his wife. Each time the object changed, but the want remained unchanged. These wants are called desires. This desire in Sanskrit is called kama. What is the problem with desire or kama? Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that desire or kama is the root of all evil. Why did he say so? Let's analyze. Suppose you wanted something and you got it. You will grow attached to it. Hence, from kama comes moha. And if you are the only one who possesses that particular object, then you tend to become proud. In other words, it leads to mada. If you don't get what you desired, it leads to anger or krodha. If you don't get, but someone else gets what you wanted, you become jealous or matsarya develops. And look at it now. From one desire came in all evil qualities. Desire has another problem too. From one desire emerges another desire, and there is no end to this. Desires can never be satiated. Let's hear another story. There was once a sannyasi who was meditating naked in the foothills of the Himalayas. He felt cold and wanted a cloth to wrap around himself. He got a cloth, wrapped it around, and felt warm. But the next day, the cloth was bitten by a rat. He wanted to get rid of the rat, and so he got himself a cat. And the cat began chasing the rat. But the cat needed regular milk to stay strong. So now, the sage got a cow to feed the cat so that it could chase the rat so that his cloth is safe and he is warm. But the cow needed to be fed regularly, and the cow dung began to smell bad. So he got a servant maid to attend to these chores. He fell in love with the maid and married her and became a householder. Now look at the story. One simple desire to keep himself warm turned a sannyasi into a householder. We buy a car. Now we need a bigger parking place. We need regular fuel. We need to travel for regular servicing. We need better roads. We need lesser traffic, lesser pollution. We need bigger boot space, and the list goes on and on and on. This is just with one car. In our first story, a simple desire to have shade turned his wife into a demon who then ate him. In the second story, a simple desire to have warmth converted a sannyasi into a householder. If one desire could be so destructive, what would be our plight then? We tend to possess so many objects and tend to have unlimited desires. In this world, everything is limited. There is a limit to our body temperature, to the brightness we can see, to the weight that a bridge can hold, to the number of people that can board a plane. But human desires alone are unlimited. In this journey of life, we tend to carry too much luggage and suffer in this process. All the anger that we see around, all the pain that we see around, all the evil that we complain of in the world have their root in these unbridled desires. So, if desire is so bad, why don't we just simply get rid of it? No, we cannot. We need air to breathe. We need food to live. In fact, a sannyasi who renounces the world still has a desire because he wants God alone. That too is a desire. So desire is essential to live. Look at the fix we are in. Desire can never be satiated. Desire has evil consequences, and desire can never be killed. What then is the way out? Swami gives a simple solution. Swami does not want us to kill our desires. He does not want us to fight them. He has a very simple solution. He just wants us to have a ceiling over them. From seeking, he wants us to move to sealing. That's it. Such a simple but powerful solution to overcome this menace. But where do we start this sealing program? How do we action it into our daily lives? Here too, Swami comes to our rescue. Swami wants us to start with things that we have complete control over. So, what are the things that can be controlled? Let's start with the basics. We can control what we eat. We can control how much water we use. We can control how much money we spend. We can control how much time we use. We can control what we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we touch, and what we think. In fact, in some sense, we can control energy, the energy we spend. And what do we mean by control? Swami's instructions are always easy and highly practical to follow. Swami wants us to first start with reducing the wastage. So, in simple terms, sealing on desires means don't waste food, don't waste water, don't waste money, don't waste energy, and finally, don't waste time. Don't waste food.
Don't waste food.
Don't waste food.
Food is God.
Food is
ఈ
God.
శరీరము ఫుడ్ తో ఆవిర్భవించినటువంటిది.
The body is out of food
తల్లిదండ్రుల
only.
యొక్క ఫుడ్ యొక్క స్వరూపమే నీ దేహము.
Your body is the very form of the food given by parents.
కాబట్టి అన్నం బ్రహ్మ.
Therefore, food is God.
కనుక ఫుడ్ ఈజ్ గాడ్.
Food is God.
దానిని నువ్వు వేస్ట్ చేయొద్దు.
Never waste
నీవు
food.
ఎంత అవసరమో అంత తిను.
You eat to the
కానీ
extent necessary.
తట్టల్లో మాత్రం వదిలిపెట్టి అనవసరంగా దీన్ని వేస్ట్ చేయకూడదు. అప్పుడు భగవంతుని యొక్క శక్తిని మనము వృథాపరిచినటువంటి వారం అవుతాం.
Never leave it on the plate and waste it. It means you are misusing God.
Swami says, wasting food is wasting divine energy. When you are wasting food, think of all the efforts that were involved in getting that food to your plate. Sunlight converted water to vapor. Cool breeze converted that vapor into rain. Soil converted that rain and sunlight into plants. Farmers raised those plants. Workers harvested them and transported them into shops. Mills cleaned them and packed them. Shopkeepers stored them. Someone lovingly cooked. And all this effort is being wasted when you waste food. Swami gives us a beautiful direction. Let's come to the next topic. Don't waste water. In this context, Bhagavan narrates an anecdote which happened during one darshan session. Let us listen to this eye-opening incident concerning one of his eyes appearing red.
ఇప్పుడే ఒక చిన్న పదం ఒకటి జరిగింది. రూములో ఉంటున్నప్పుడు వార్డన్ శివశంకర్ సాయి, స్వామి మీ కన్ను కొంచెం ఇక్కడ ఎర్రగా ఉంది అన్నాడు.
Bhagavan was there in that interview room. The warden Shivashankar Sai said, Swami, your eye is little red.
నేను చెప్పాను అది నా పొరపాటే.
Bhagavan said, it is my mistake.
మీ వల్ల నేను వాటర్ వేస్ట్ చేయను.
I don't waste water like you.
ట్యాప్ తిప్పేసి ఊరికి ముఖమంతా కడుక్కుంటూ ఉంటుంటారు.
People wash their face by keeping the tap open.
ఆ వేసుకున్న సోప్ పోయేంత వరకు ఆ ట్యాప్ లో వాటర్ పోతూనే ఉంటుంటది.
Until the soap is completely wiped out, the water will be let off.
ఎప్పుడు కావాలో అప్పుడు తిప్పుతాను, అది అయిపోతాను, తిరిగి దాన్ని టైట్ చేస్తుంటాను.
But Bhagavan doesn't do that. He will open the tap when it's needed and close it immediately.
కనుక సోప్ వేసుకున్నాను, తిరిగి కన్నులు తెచ్చి ట్యాప్ తిప్పడానికి పోయినప్పుడు అది కొంచెం కన్నుల్లో పడింది సోప్.
So, after wiping out, as he was about to close the tap, suddenly some soap has gone into the eye.
ఒక్కైనా నీరు నేను వ్యర్థం చేయను.
Bhagavan doesn't waste a drop of water.
ఎందుకనగా
Why?
గంగా దైవ స్వరూపము.
Because water is God.
గాలి
Air.
ఫ్యాన్ వేస్తారు, తక్షణమే నేను ఆపివేస్తుంటాను.
You put on the switch of fan, but Bhagavan will put it off.
స్విచ్ వేస్తారు, పని లేకపోయినా రాత్రంతా వెలుగుతూనే ఉంటుంటాది.
But there is no function actually. We keep it on day and night.
ఎప్పుడు కావాలో అప్పుడు
Lights.
వేస్తాను, తక్షణమే తీసేస్తాను.
Bhagavan will switch it on when it is necessary.
ఇది లోభితనం కాదు,
It's not miserliness.
నేను పిసినారి కాదు,
He is not a miser.
నేను త్యాగే.
Bhagavan is one of
కానీ
sacrifice.
వ్యర్థం చేయకూడదు.
But one should not
అవసరమైతే
waste.
తీసుకోవచ్చు.
If necessary, take it.
కనుక ఈ పంచభూతములు కూడా విద్యార్థులు చాలా వ్యర్థం చేస్తున్నాడు.
Students waste all these 5 elements today.
Just imagine the one who has provided water to lakhs of people through the mammoth water projects and even to the entire city of Chennai. The one who is the creator of the 5 elements is telling us through his own daily life not to waste water. Let us now move on to the next topic. Don't waste money. Swami gives us an example from his own life.
నేను యథార్థంగా నేను చెప్తున్నాను నా యొక్క విషయమే.
Bhagavan mentions his own biography.
ఇప్పుడు కాదు, పూర్వం నేను చిన్నది ఇదిగా ఉంటున్నప్పుడు,
Bhagavan, when he was very young,
నేను 3వ తరగతి 4వ తరగతి చదివే సమయం లోపల
when he was studying 3rd class and 4th
ఒక
class,
నిక్కరు ఒక చొక్కానే.
he had only 1 knicker and 1 shirt.
స్కూల్ నుంచి వస్తానే టవల్ కట్టుకోవటము, నిక్కర్ని బాగా ఉతుక్కోవటము, చొక్కాని కప్పుకోవటము, చొక్కాని దాన్ని బాగా ఒక చెంబు లోపల అగ్ని వేసి దాన్ని బాగా తీడుకోవటం.
Then after returning from the school, he will wear the towel and wash both of his the shirt and the
చాకలవానికి
knicker.
స్త్రీకి వేసిందంటే వాడు 1 నానో 2 నాలు అడుగుతాడు.
For ironing, he has to pay money.
నాకు 1 నా 2 నాలు చేయడానికి నా దగ్గర శక్తి లేదు.
Well, Bhagavan was not having
నా
that money.
చొక్కాను నేనే ఎందుకు ఉతుక్కోకూడదు?
Why can't I wash my
నా
clothes?
చొక్కాను నేనే ఎందుకు ఇస్త్రీ చేసుకోకూడదు?
Why can't I iron my clothes?
అంతకంటే పని నాకేముండాలి?
What else I have
స్కూల్
to
నుంచి
do?
వస్తానే పోయేది దాన్ని బాగా ఉతుక్కునేది.
Immediately after returning from school, he washed his
ఉతుకున్న
clothes.
తర్వాత ఇంట్లో అగ్ని ఉంటుంటది.
And there's fire there.
ఆ పొయ్యిలో ఉన్నటువంటి అగ్ని ఒక చెంబులో వేసుకునేది.
And all that hot coal is kept in
ఆ
it.
చెంబుతో నీళ్లు వచ్చి బాగా దాన్ని తుడుచుకునేది.
And it was used for ironing
ఇది
purpose.
నున్నగా తాడైపోతుంది.
And it will be quite soft and iron clothes can be
ఆ
had.
విధంగా నేను చేస్తుండేటువంటి వాడిని.
That was done in those days.
ఒక సంవత్సరానికంతా చేరి 2 నిక్కర్లు 2 చొక్కాలే.
Per year, Bhagavan made use of 2 knickers and 2 shirts only.
ఎప్పుడే గాని ఆయన వచ్చి పెద్ద వెంకమరాజు నీకు ఎన్ని కావాలరా అంటాడు, అడిగలేదు.
Whenever Pedama Venkamarazu asked him, how many
నాకెందుకు
you
నాకు
want?
ఉన్నాయి, నాకేం కుట్టించవద్దు అనేది.
He said, I have enough of clothes, I don't want.
డబ్బును వేస్ట్ చేయకూడదు.
You should not waste money.
మిస్యూజ్ ఆఫ్ మనీ ఈజ్ ఈవిల్.
Misuse of money is evil.
అప్పుడేమిటి ఒక అణా ఇస్తే 2 గజాలు వచ్చేటువంటి గుడ్డ.
With one anna, one can have 2 yards of cloth.
ఒక అణాతో ఒక చొక్కా, 1.5 అణాతో ఒక నిక్కరు.
One can have one shirt with by paying 1 anna and knicker 1.5 anna.
ఇంత చీప్ గా ఉండేటువంటిది ఆనాడు.
Clothes were so cheap.
అప్పటి కూడా దీన్ని కొనేటువంటి వాడు కాదు.
Bhagwan didn't buy those things.
నేను ఎప్పుడు నా పని నేను చేసుకునేటువంటి వాడిని.
Bhagwan did his work.
Imagine when Swami himself is so conservative. How careful and watchful should we be of wasting money? The next one is don't waste time. Swami says that time is God and time waste is life waste.
Kalaya namaha, Kalakalaya namaha, Kaladarpa damanaya namaha, Kalatitaya namaha, Kalaswarupaya namaha, Kalaniyamitaya namaha, which means salutations to time, to the one who is beyond time, to the one who has conquered time, to the one who transcends time, to the one who is the embodiment of time, and to the one who ordains time. Everything is time.
So now the question is, how do we make the best use of time in a meaningful and purposeful way? Bhagwan has the following message for us.
కనుక వర్తమానాన్ని సక్రమైన మార్గంలో అనుభవించండి.
Therefore, enjoy present in a
ఎట్టి
proper way.
విచారములకు అవకాశం అందించకూడదు.
Do not give room for any worry.
ఈ సక్రమైన మార్గం అనుభవించినప్పుడే మన జీవితం ఆదర్శవంతమైన జీవితంగా రూపొందుతుంది.
Only when we enjoy present in a proper
అమృతమైన
way,
జీవితంగా రూపొందుతుంది.
then only it will be immortal.
అమరత్వాన్ని పొందుతుంది.
It will be able to get immortality.
మానవత్వాన్ని సార్థకంగా ఆవిస్తుంది.
It will sanctify man's life.
So, as Swami says, the best way to use time is to live in the present. Finally, Bhagwan says, don't waste energy.
Don't waste energy. Energy is wasted in seeing, hearing, talking, thinking, and doing what isn't necessary. Be moderate in all these 5 activities. Spend the energy to the extent necessary. When you develop energy, you develop divinity. If you waste energy, allergy begins. Do not waste energy. See, listen, and talk what is good. Talk less, talk sweetly. We keep thinking until we go to bed with no rest in thinking. We build castles in the air. So, reduce useless thinking. Think, but think usefully. Think of the divine. Think of divinity. Don't have thoughts of others.
In this sealing on desires, there is a small secret desire which needs to be cultivated without any fear. A major metropolitan city had a problem. A beautiful lake in the city was covered with a lot of weeds. When they estimated, it was costing them too much money and resources. But an expert farmer walked in and gave a powerful idea. He gave them a seed from which would sprout a special creeper. The power of this creeper was so unique. It would grow and eat up all the other weeds till it alone remains in the field. The farmer advised them to root out this weed. Once this weed kills all the other weeds, and thus the entire effort is done effortlessly. So too, Swami advises us to have one special desire. This desire alone is capable of weeding out all other desires. That desire is the desire for God. When the desire for God is cultivated, it grows within and consumes all other desires. Thus, as we practice our sealing on desires, let us grow this desire for God and be free from all the other weeds in our hearts.
समस्तलोक